How are you texting on 2 phones right now, you piece of shit?
Cause really, it hit different. Do your homework on who I gotta call. Y'all know I've been over advocating, pushing this piece right now. It hit different. I gotta call Dr. Ali Muhammad. Let's start there. Y'all did y'all homework on Dr. Ali Muhammad?
No. Who's that?
Chief General. I'm really out here pushing this piece. I got Chief General in command of the revolutionary Black Panther parties that reached out to me, bro. And what he tell me, bro? J-Man, they tried to poison me, bro. Let's start there on who tried to poison Dr. Ali Muhammad when I'm out here doing all these whoops, bro.
Also, why did you leave all the loose leaves out so they're gonna get dry and then? Okay, sorry.
Peace, brother. How you feeling?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Okay, I'm right here with a couple good people. Remember I was telling you we was gonna do some. I wanted you to get that story out, Mo. I just wanted you to break it down to the world, really. Who you is and what exactly what happened when they tried to poison you out there in Milwaukee.
Okay. You online right now?
Yeah, we online right now.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I want to send all power to the people, to the masses, and just introduce to you all who I am. I'm Dr. Ali Muhammad, MD. I'm the national leader, chief general commander of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. In my background, I was raised a Panther. Both of my parents are Panthers from the 60s. And, today, how we operate the Revolutionary Panther Party is the same party of the 60s, just updated today to deal with today's standards of struggle that's currently aimed against the people. Today, our overall ideology, philosophy, and platform is what I coin as long collectivism. And that's our mission, to feed, clothe, shelter, train, and defend the people so that the people have self-sufficiency and they're able to feed, clothe, shelter, train, and defend themselves. Now, so as far as what happened, it's like different dynamics that led up to that. In December of 2016, we did a very monumental armed march in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and a human rights tribunal. So I'm going to break down to you what that is. Brother J-Man, do I have to be brief with this, or you got some time?
Brief would be good, yeah.
Okay, all right. So
no offense, but
I'll summarize as much as I can, but the understanding of leading up to it is very important. So we did that, and we did a human rights tribunal. Human rights tribunal for the different acts of genocide and ethnic cleansing that has happened to people of African descent in the city of Wisconsin and in the city of Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin. And so at that same time, we covered a case in Wilmington, North Carolina, involving the ATF, the FBI, and the local police department, where they shot this brother 30 times, and they had lied. They said that he fired at a police officer, and he did not. They found out later that the police had lied, and they just found some mugshots, and they killed this woman's innocent son. His name was Brandon Smith. All of this ties in now. So, because you can look up the media reports to see what's up. So anyways, members from the Milwaukee chapter went to Wilmington with us to cover this situation. So the state had told us that if we came down there with guns, we were going to go to jail, even though the law said we could open carry. This is in Wilmington, North Carolina now. So long story short, we stood up for the situation. I did a news conference letting them know that we're going to go there armed. We're going to march armed. They're not going to take away our guns. We had a situation where the police ended up actually coming in contact with our guns, but my attorneys had already told me that's the only way we could sue them. Long story short, somebody from Milwaukee brought a gun to Wilmington, because at least it goes back to this now. They brought a gun to Wilmington that was traced to 2 homicides in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the police actually got a hold of that gun. So first, that was like the setup. That was like what was leading up to why I even went on the ground back to Milwaukee. So they brought that there because the police got a hold of the guns. And if you look it up right now, if you look at Revolutionary Black Panther Party, Wilmington, North Carolina, gun, and you see gun seized, you see this big picture, this damn Colt 45 look like something Clint Eastwood had. Ain't nobody carrying nothing like that. But that was supposed to be like a setup. So there's many different ways they moved from Milwaukee. So I ended up going to Milwaukee to have a hearing in the party for that person who dropped that gun, right? And so anyways, and so once I was there, I ended up staying longer than necessary. But the work that was done there, if you know that chapter, we had vice lords, GDs, BDs. It was a whole thing where I was unifying the gangs in Milwaukee. The whole time that I had the chapter for the operational, there was no more killings in Milwaukee. People could check that and vet that. Even the police was on a whole different kind of vibe because we were pretty strong. We had the programs going. We was armed in the community, and it was really good. So the first way they did it is the first move they made was there was a liquor store there, and there was like some killings there. A little 13-year-old person that got killed, and I had let it be known on the radio that I was going there to shut it down that evening. So this is the first thing that happened. So something told me, go in a different car. I'm not saying in my mind. So my security team went before me. So I was in the car with my national minister of internal security, and when they pulled up there was 5 plainclothes police, one with a scully on and with a gun, and he was saying, like when to do it. People also went live in the vehicle, right? So the next move after that, they didn't see me. So they cited them for loitering. Now, they ended up having to go to court about this. So when they went to court, the person who owned that store, because he had to go to court too, he said on the stand that the police told him that when they was going to come in contact with me with that evening, they was going to do seriously bodily harm to me or kill me. This is what the liquor store owner said. And they thought that because me and him had bad blood, that somehow I guess he was going to ride with it. That was the first thing. So the last thing was that I was at the safe house there, and there was something put in my food, and I started to vomit, and also defecate on myself, and I basically became unconscious, and I was in a coma for 2 weeks.
Damn.
And and so that's basically what happened to me there.
How did you come in contact with FYB J Main?
Through Mama Duck and different people who were very close and near and dear to Brother J Man.
Wow.
So I got you right here live with Adam 22 No Jumper. I appreciate you for telling that story. If there were any questions you wanted to ask him based on that?
Well, what I wanted, so here's how you spell my name for those who are listening. It's A-L-L-I, Ali, last name M-U-H-A-M-M-A-D, and you could, if you wanted to check me out, Dr. Ali, A-L-L-I, last name M-U-H-A-M-D, and that's basically how you can check me out. But it's 2 L's and an I, not A-L-I, but it's A-L-L-I, Ali, and it's the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. Did you have any questions you wanted to ask me?
What can we do about this? Are we going to be able to catch these cops who did this to you?
Well, see, here's the thing. I did make it clear, if you look it up, that we were putting a $400 million lawsuit against them, because it wasn't just that. There was other things they were doing. Like my life, if I try to explain different parts of my life, when I got back to Florida, this almost sounds like a movie. So, I'm in Florida most of the year because of the weather. So when I got back to Florida, and I could send you the pictures and everything, I was driving on the highway. This is about 3 or 4 weeks, after after everything was like me, just recovering and things like that. And so we say approximately 6 weeks from the poison, about almost 6 weeks. And I was driving on the highway, and I heard something in my car. It was like that, right? And so I got out of the car, and the whole front end of my car, the whole front end went like that. And if I show you the pictures, Hollywood couldn't even make this up, meaning that this is how bad it was. My whole engine block was like melted in the whole front seats, and I could send you the pictures and the video, right?
Damn.
And then so this was the crazy part of this now. So you have the sheriff's department comes on the scene. You have and some of this is recorded. You video recorded. You had the sheriff's department come on the scene. You have the hazmat people come on the scene. You have like this little bomb people come on the scene. Come on the scene, not the scene. Come on the scene, and the highway patrol people come on the scene. And it took me almost it took me almost a few years even just to get a proper report on on what happened on the scene, and none of these agencies wanted to do that for me. That's how the situation was, and it was like so deep. But the Wilmington thing and the Milwaukee thing is connected because the ATF in Milwaukee and the ATF in Wilmington was heavily involved in some of the things that was going on with me. That came from the research. The shooting of Brandon Smith involved the ATF, the Wilmington Police Department, and a unit of the FBI, because they have like this joint terrorist task force that they had since the Wilmington 10, anything involving a police shooting. So these were the people who shot Brandon Smith 30 times. They shot him 30 times, and he was an innocent person. And so basically, when we got involved, these elements started extra targeting me in reference to it, but it was just not just in Wilmington, but also in Milwaukee. So it was the ATF who was heavily involved in this, and it was a very deep thing. Right now, as far as getting back at those people, that was the most that we did at that particular time, but we still got work to do. Right now, a part of this work still continues with stopping violence in the community. Right now, what I'm in the process of doing is organizing an actual drill music reconciliation conference, and drill music reconciliation gang unity conference, because what has happened, what we see is that drill music has proliferated around the nation and throughout the world. And we've developed an inner culture in the urban community where it's a drill culture, a pull-up culture, and a spin the block culture. Not just people in music. This is like our cultural thing now, where the average mom and pop and little people in the hood be like, pull up. We gonna drill, we gonna spin the block. But we don't understand these government programs like MK Ultra, which the CIA had, which they use music and drugs and other social engineering things to manipulate the society. And the U.S. military's Operation Garden Plot, which was used to actually use entertainment against us. And I'm going to be real brief and say this real quickly. In the 60s, when the party rose up, we reclaimed our image. Prior to the 60s, the image of black people in entertainment was buffoons, step it, fetch it. That was the black male's image. This zoot suit wearing, conk-head pimp was his image. And basically, for the most part, he had an emasculated image as well. And that's what entertainment gave us. For the black woman, it was the mammy and like Josephine Baker, just being like, this horror type image. But in the 60s, when we stood up with the Panther Party, we had afros and black fists and guns, and we said all power to the people and serve the community. Well, the government didn't like that. So Nixon started what he said, the war on drugs, and John Ehrlichman, who was his top man, made it clear that's who did it, that's who orchestrated. He said it was designed to neutralize the Black Panther Party, the radical white left, the anti-war movement, to neutralize our communities, neighborhoods, and movement, and to dump drugs in there to arrest us and target us. And he did that. And MK Ultra had a lot to do with that too, because it was a certain music that came on the scene, and Jimi Hendrix then were out there, and then the heroin was there. We weren't too fond of needles, and real quickly. So what they did was that the CIA, the U.S. military put Operation Garden Plot into effect. And you can look all this up. This is not just words I'm saying. This is the U.S. military's operation against black people and people that they deem as targets in America. It's called Operation Garden Plot. They did this in the 70s. With that, they developed the blaxploitation movement. So when they did the blaxploitation thing, they arrested all leaders in the community. And since we had never been heroes in the community, now they came up with like the Superfly and the Max. And in Superfly, you would know when he talked to the revolutionary was like, we gotta so right now we gotta get rid of the players, the pimps, and the prostitutes, and we gotta, start, we starting a movement here. And he said, we starting a movement here, and we need you to pay your tithes. And he's like, I ain't giving you shit. He said, I'm on, so I mean not curse. I'm not giving you S, he said. He said, to hell with you niggas. That's how he handled the revolutionaries. So this image went out to the community. It became the culture. Now, instead of all power to the people, it was, I got to get mine, selling dope, exploiting women. Then it went to the Max, same thing. He said, we got to get rid of the players, pimps, and prostitutes and start this thing all over again. And he told the revolutionary, being black and poor is nothing. So our culture began to change. This is when we went from serving the people to exploiting the people. And then as we progressed, the same culture came back that was in the 60s at the end of the 80s. And we had Public Enemy, Ice Cube was out there, revolutionary, organized music.
Right.
To the point that they was even criticizing capitalism and also, saying disparaging words about white people on MTV.
Do you have like
sure,
an
yeah.
Instagram page or anything so we can for the people listening that they can find you?
Yeah, it's Dr_ALLI_MUHAMMAD. That's Dr_ALLI_MUHAMMAD. That's how you'll find me on IG.
Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you.
We really appreciate the info.
If I can say this real quick.
Right.
They put Operation Gunplot back out after the Rodney King verdict because that music was out there creating a culture. And then Dr. Dre came out with the Chronic album. The same thing was done. They had that song where it says, we got to get rid of players, pimps, and the prostitutes. And then it said, niggas, you crazy, rat-a-tat-tat, never hesitate to put niggas in his back. So we had another culture that was aimed at socially engineering us and destroying our culture. And drill music has gone this way, but it's worse. But we can talk another time about that.
I appreciate
the knowledge.
Sure. I'm gonna tie back in with you, and we're gonna definitely get you on my platform. I definitely got to hear the whole story more in depth and detail. I know you got a lot of information for us.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate basically being able to express that, and in more detail another time. But definitely appreciate it, and looking forward to speaking sometime soon.
Right,
okay, peace,
thanks
brother.
so much.
Thank you.
Peace.
A real member. Do you did your homework on a real member?
That was a lot. Yeah.
A real member. That's a real member, bro. When we talking real members, bro, that was a real member. We just got some real knowledge right here on No Jumper. I just gave some real knowledge right there.
That was
bro just gave out some real knowledge.
That was unexpected. I did not expect to get that kind of history lesson right now.
A real whoop. You just got real whoop.
What? Is this what you plan on doing with your platform? You're going to go full revolutionary on us?
No.
Just a little bit? It's like a side quest?
First of all, that brother is pushing peace. J-Mane is pushing peace. We just finna collab. And you ain't hear what he was just telling y'all about his idea with the drill shit. Bro, he want to start putting shit together. Having certain artists who, like J-Mane, who big in the drill culture, under this peace act on for them, and we gonna put this shit together bro. And we gonna collab with the Black Panther Party on for them and make this shit bigger than what it is. It was just J-Mane. It hit different.
How do you feel like, all right, with this pushing peace movement, Tay, he's behind it. How do you feel when you see videos of him showing up to like 051 Kiddo's Hotel?
That was a whoop. That was a whoop. I chopped it up with Tay. That was a whoop. Bro pushing peace for real. But put it like this, like I say, it's a lot of shit. Us as artists, we do different things for attention, because attention brings us money. It hit different. So that was a whoop. Tay really out here pushing the peace.